The airport never truly slept. Even after midnight, thousands of restricted doors quietly controlled who could move through one of the world's most secure environments. During a routine overnight audit at a major international airport, security analysts noticed something unusual. A maintenance employee's badge had opened a restricted utility corridor. Seconds later, the same badge appeared inside a customs processing area. Then it accessed baggage control rooms, airside operations, executive offices, and secure maintenance tunnels. Every access request was approved. Every door recognized the credential as authorized. Security Supervisor Elena Vargas immediately launched an investigation. The badge belonged to Daniel Mercer, a longtime employee with an unremarkable record. His role required access to only a handful of locations. Yet digital logs showed his credential moving through nearly every security level in the airport. Investigators initially suspected a software malfunction, database corruption, or badge cloning. However, system diagnostics showed no failures. Every authorization was legitimate. Every door believed the badge had permission to enter. As investigators expanded their review, they uncovered years of unexplained access events connected to the same credential. Surveillance footage showed some entries made by Mercer himself, but other recordings raised disturbing questions. Unknown individuals appeared near restricted areas shortly before the badge was used. Several departments denied granting access permissions that the system clearly recognized. Airport employees reported occasionally seeing unfamiliar people in secure zones, but previous reports had never triggered major investigations. A full-scale inquiry was assembled. Cybersecurity specialists, access control engineers, digital forensics analysts, aviation security consultants, and investigative journalists joined the effort. They examined network logs, security camera footage, authorization databases, employee records, and archive backups. What they discovered transformed the case. The badge had not suddenly gained extraordinary access. Instead, its permissions had accumulated gradually over nearly a decade. Each airport system upgrade added new authorization groups. Temporary emergency permissions granted during renovations were never removed. Administrative overrides remained active long after projects ended. Database migrations duplicated access roles. During security incidents, additional privileges were attached to the badge to expedite operations. No one performed comprehensive audits afterward. Over time, the credential quietly collected permissions from multiple departments until it functioned almost like a master key. Journalists researching the case uncovered similar incidents at transportation hubs in other countries. Former employees revealed long-standing concerns about poor access control oversight. Several claimed they had warned management about permission creep years earlier. Their concerns have been documented but rarely acted upon. Then investigators made a critical discovery. Access logs suggested someone was deliberately exploiting the badge's unusual capabilities. Certain entries occurred during periods when Mercer was verifiably elsewhere. Someone understood exactly how powerful the credential had become. The breakthrough came when investigators uncovered a forgotten internal security review conducted years earlier. The report identified major vulnerabilities within the airport's access control infrastructure. It warned that repeated administrative exceptions could eventually create credentials with excessive privileges. The review recommended immediate audits, database cleanup, and stronger authorization controls. Most recommendations were never fully implemented. Budget constraints, leadership changes, and competing priorities delayed corrective action. Some records disappeared entirely. Retired security managers came forward with information that had never been publicly disclosed. During a major modernization project years earlier, administrators had created special credentials to ensure operational continuity during emergencies. One of those credentials became linked to Mercer's badge through a series of system migrations and authorization transfers. The resulting access profile was so complex that few people fully understood it. Investigators began to suspect that someone inside the organization recognized the opportunity and quietly used a credential whenever access was needed. The final investigation concluded that the badge's extraordinary power resulted from years of human error, technical oversights, incomplete upgrades, and weak auditing practices. Evidence suggested that an individual with insider knowledge exploited the credential's accumulated permissions to move through sensitive areas without attracting attention. However, investigators never definitively identified every person who used it or every reason it was used. Critical records remain missing. Several theories emerged. The first argued that administrative failures alone created the problem through years of neglected permissions. The second suggested deliberate exploitation by someone who understood airport systems. The third proposed that a forgotten emergency access project accidentally produced a functional master credential. The fourth acknowledged that missing records prevented a complete explanation. Years later, security experts still study the case as a warning. In the final access log reviewed by investigators, the badge appeared one last time. A secure door opened. The event itself was authorized, routine, and seemingly harmless, yet it served as a reminder of how close a complex security system can come to failure. The narrator closes. Airports rely on thousands of locked doors to keep passengers safe. Yet one security badge revealed how a single weakness can quietly spread through an entire system.